There you go. Looks like we're ready to go. Game number 1 underway. The number 1 and number 2 seeds get off to a hot start. Shaded getting things started early.
Indeed, we see some already very visible reactions looking over towards the Straw Hat side here. So again, this is going to be a very, very maybe friendly beef-heavy game here, but obviously Untouchaballs taking the very early lead, 7 seconds in, being up 1-0. Nice little cushion for them, but we still got a heck of a lot of time, especially in Rocket League. Anything can happen here as we see Xander maybe going for a double. Blocked away by Pasky, though, getting a clear out. And I will say before, this is, we kind of already went over this is the winner's side of bracket, so as much as you don't want to lose, these guys do have that loser's cushion, like we had mentioned earlier. They're going to be going down to that loser's finals bracket, so they will have a second chance no matter what.
Yeah, we see a chance here from Yellow Dog. He gets it. He's already standing up on stage. The first goal for the Straw Hats team going in Yellow Dog's favor.
Yes, indeed. We see Yellow Dog obviously putting that scoring on his team to use here, getting that leading edge. Tying that goal up 1-1 here with 4.5 minutes left. So we're basically pretty much at 0-0 again here, very early game. So we're going to be hopefully seeing a lot of high scoring games, as much as I don't really want to see Yellow Dog coming in again. 420 shout out.
Oh boy, looks like Yellow Dog is a land performer for sure. I wasn't too sure coming into this if they could continue that energy and be as dominant as they have been, but looks like Yellow Dog in the first 40 seconds of this series coming in hot. We'll see if he can continue that. That ball goes off the left wall here. Xander's going to pop this ball up. Maybe going to find Shaded, but Yellow Dog with a nice early challenge from iCosmic trying to get open. Xander had an open net. Unfortunately, sent it a little bit far wide. And again, this game looks like it's being fueled by nerves and energy right now.
Yes, indeed. Obviously, we're going to be seeing Haymaker after Haymaker. These guys are both very, very high-scoring teams, especially, again, like we had said, with the chemistry and their high scoring and mechanical abilities. We're going to see some crazy things happening again. I'm sounding like a broken record, but I swear it will happen. It's just Cosmic trying to get something on center with Untouchaballs, but Jive does block it away to the corner. Pasky's up, also puts it to the corner here, looking for maybe a little bit of offensive pressure. Doesn't quite get anything to go here. Xander with no boost gets a little bit of a 50 with Cosmic, but it's back over to the corner here. We see some Straw Hats putting on a decent showing of offense, keeping that pressure up, but Untouchaballs' defense is also looking very, very good so far.
Yeah, that's one thing that's always going to be a common, conversation that we talk about on LAN is, can a player perform? It looks like Xander's going to be able to. That's a big flick coming from the midfield. Nobody can touch it from Straw Hats, and Untouchaballs tie it up.
Indeed, I know Xander earlier had an open net attempt here. Unfortunately, he did miss it, but was able to kind of capitalize on that, putting a little midfield bomb, tying it up 2-2 here. But yeah, just great shot by him. Again, we've seen a lot of back and forth even already in this game here. That was almost an open net attempt here for Untouchaballs, but they didn't have that first person here. Little whiff coming out on the backboard from Yellow Dog. There's nobody back. Is somebody up and puts it in? Shaded gets the lead.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to watch these two guys. You see Shaded getting up in the cans, getting active as well, yelling right in Yellow Dog's face. These two are going to be battling all series long, and it's a very, very high-scoring game so far. Already 5 goals in even under 2 minutes here. Again, game number 1 kind of popping off here. I expect this series to slow down a little bit. Once the energy dies down, maybe the adrenaline kind of kicks down a little bit, but nonetheless, game number 1 has been a lot of fun to watch.
I was going to say, yeah, I know you had mentioned the reactions already. Everybody's standing up. Everybody's getting hype here. I'm not too sure if it'll settle down, especially since Jive gets his first on the board, putting that 2-goal lead up for Untouchaballs here. Just some crazy offensive pressure on both ends, but hey guys, we need to see a little bit more defense out of both teams here. Let's go. Come on now.
Yeah, no defense being played here. Game number 1. Untouchaballs pretty much dominating so far, doubling the score of Straw Hats with that goal there. Yellow Dog, the only player on this team so far on Straw Hats to have a goal. So we'll see if maybe Cosmic or Pasky can get going. One thing I did talk about with some people before this was going to be Pasky. I think he was going to be one of the members to be a little bit more affected by nerves, stuff like that. None of these players have really played on LAN before, so controlling the nerves is going to be huge. And Yellow Dog can't do it all himself.
Right. And I know Yellow has a tiny bit of LAN experience, maybe in like the first little bit of the Dcrl days, but he has been knocked out no matter what team he's been on. He's been on some pretty good teams. He's been knocked out super early, so he's almost a fresh face to LAN here. But obviously he's going to be the energy for the Straw Hats team. You see 2 minutes winding down here. Untouchaballs still up 2, almost a shot attempt coming out from Cosmic. Wasn't quite able to put it on line here. Yellow gets a 50 with Shaded up on the wall. Still going back over to Straw Hats half. Xander is up on the wall, maybe trying to get a double attempt, but is blocked away by Paskey. Paskey gets another touch around 1, but Jive is back. Low boost. Maybe going to try to get something. Shaded is up. Does he get the top right bins? Not quite. Yellow Dog is there. That's going to be right back center, and Xander gets the 3-goal cushion for Untouchaballs.
What a great center there by, I believe that was Shaded right here. Great little pinch there. Catches Yellow Dog a little bit caught on the wall there. Cosmic can't get back. And Untouchaballs take a 3-goal lead here. Minute and 45 to go. Definitely not over yet, but with every second that winds down, it's going to get harder and harder. And Yellow Dog still the only player on this team with the goal. Almost finds another insane angle. Cosmic comes in, tries to find a shot there, but saved away by Untouchaballs. Ball's going to go up here on the wall here. Cosmic going to stay on this ball. Can't find a centering pass. Looks like Yellow Dog's going to stay on this ball. Paskey looking like a little bit more passive here, trying to bait out a shaded touch here.
Yes, indeed, and obviously this is only game 1. This we've obviously emphasized this a bunch here in DCRL. Game 1s are always the feeler games, just kind of getting a feel for how the offensive work, how the defenses work on either team. So Straw Hats, I know that they're much, much better than this. They can definitely put a lot more defense and goals up on the board. So again, this is only game 1. We're expecting a very long series, especially for this Div B matchup here. We see a minute left in this game. Untouchaballs still up 3. Straw Hats are going to need to get some offensive pressure rolling here, but Untouchaballs just keeping it on Straw Hats. Half Xander almost getting a center here. Yellow Dog on the backboard with Lowe's Booth gets a decent clear, but is blocked right back by Shaded.
Chance here, Shaded going to try and find one more. Can't quite do so, but Xander, great rotation here. Almost gets another touch, but Cosmic puts this into his own corner. Should have another touch on it. Gets it around 1. Jive, perfect rotation though. That could be online here. Paskey looks a little bit awkward. Xander going to pop this midfield one more time. Jive up for the shot. Beats out both defenders. And Untouchaballs with a 4-goal lead.
Bing, bang, boom. 4 on the board, or 6 on the board, 4-goal lead here. 30 seconds left. Straw Hats looking very awkward on defense so far. Looked like they were doing pretty good at the beginning. But yeah, they're just looking very, very awkward on defense, but I feel like that's what Untouchaballs does very well. When they have offensive pressure, they keep it. And with that also becomes a lot of boost starving. So I feel like that's kind of what Straw Hats is going to have to figure out here. We see Yellow Dog trying to get something back on Untouchaballs' half. We see a demo by Xander up on the wall, getting rid of one of them Straw Hats members. Goodbye. Shaded. Nice little aerial here, but is read by Paskey on the backboard. 10 seconds winding down here. I feel like this game might go to Untouchaballs.
It just might. 3 seconds to go, 4-goal lead. Untouchaballs going to be your victors of game number 1 here. Very dominant performance from Untouchaballs so far. Straw Hats, again, the only player with a goal on Straw Hats is Yellow Dog. You see it there on the stat line. Looks like they're getting, decent amount of shots, but ultimately it feels like the defense from Straw Hats has been what's lacking. There's been double commits, lack of communication. They need to lock down a defense and not let Untouchaballs score 6 goals.
Right. And I will say, looking at Untouchaballs' stats, there is a lot of red over there, which means these guys, nothing's playing too crazy. Nobody's really taking control. It's a lot of even play. And when you have a bunch of even players that are all doing consistently the same thing, that is very, very dangerous for whoever they're playing against, which obviously showed Untouchaballs putting up 6 goals, Straw Hats only putting up 2. But I don't doubt Straw Hats' ability to come back after this, just say kind of GG go next. Who knows?
Yeah, it's a tough one for sure. You got to be careful about the crash out, right? Because you saw the energy from Yellow Dog and from all of Untouchaballs as well. You have a long series ahead of you. It's a best of 7. So you got to be careful not to expend all that energy and start to, as a result of that, start to play worse or something like that. So it's okay to start out hot like that, but you got to, be able to come back, maintain that energy so that you can, win some more games here.
Yeah, instead of pointing at the enemy, maybe just stand up and give a little flex to the crowd, because I know my eyes would enjoy that as much as everybody else is here. But regardless, we got game 2 underway. Obviously 5 minutes on the clock. We see almost an early kickoff goal, but Cosmic is back, able to get something by, and almost another shot coming out here. 3 shots on net almost, but great defense coming out from Cosmic early on in this game number 2. I don't even know how he saved all those, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody caught it, but Yellow Dog almost with a Tyler kick. Oh, an angle from Paskey. Almost finds its way in, but great defense from Untouchaballs. I couldn't tell who that was, but great save from them to keep this one scoreless here in game 2.
Yeah, dude, we've seen some crazy haymakers so far, even only 30 seconds in. 3 shots on one net, 1 shot on the other, which was barely a save. So, props to Paskey. But we see some more offensive pressure coming up from Untouchaballs. That one looked like it was going to go in, but just a bit outside. Paskey on the ball, trying to get something going here. Yellow Dog is in that low boost. And I will say, again, this Straw Hats team is looking like they are having 0 boost to work with here. So if they can maybe just play a little bit of a boomer ball, let them reset, collect that boost, I feel like they're going to be a lot better off, especially when it comes to defense.
Yeah, something about the rotations of Straw Hats as well right now just seems a little bit off. You can see both Yellow Dog and Cosmic in the midfield kind of commit to that ball. Results in a great 50 from Xander. Nobody able to be back from Straw Hats, and that's just a great solo play there from the second man on this Untouchaballs team.
Yes, indeed. Obviously, that goal came a lot later than the first one. Still have a lot of time left, though. Just under 4 minutes. That's pretty much infinite amount of time in Rocket League years. Whatever time allotment you want to say, I don't even know. I'm just spewing word guts right now. But Yellow Dog getting a nice little touch around to the corner here. Xander looking a little bit awkward. This is going to be a pinch back over the other side. Is anybody up here? Pasky, calculated read here, going for a fake on one. Yellow Dog is here for the cleanup. Doesn't quite get that shot on before it's contested by an Untouchaballs defender here. Pasky gets another shot and puts it top right bins, tying up this score.
There we go. That is what we needed to see. Pasky finding his first goal of the series there. Hopefully that opens up the floodgates for this team because, like I said, so far the only goals have been from one person on Straw Hats. So to see Pasky get his name on the card, I talked about potential nerves from him. That should hopefully free him up here for the rest of the series as he gets a great goal in equalizer. With 3 minutes and 20 seconds to go here. Shaded trying to get something going. A big 50 might end up working out. Shaded beats out all the defenders. Kind of a crazy 50 there. Goes perfectly onto Shaded's plate, and Untouchaballs regain that lead.
There's like a quadruple bump there here. Straw Hats having a little bit of idea on that defense, trying to maybe just get rid of that second man. But they had 2 people go for that bump, which is no bueno. No bueno. Can't be double committing, especially when you're on defense, because that's going to cause a goal in not your favor. So we see nice little drive touch here. Shaded going for a double, but words are hard sometimes. Little shot off here. Oh my goodness, Untouchaballs putting some unrelenting offense here. Wasn't quite able to get it left enough to put that one in here. Yellow's going to go for a big boom. Xander with no boost. Yellow, boomer ball, midfield, tie game.
All right, there he did exactly what you said, right? We talked about, not energy dumping. Instead of just like pointing and getting in their face, all he did was stand up, some words there, right?
Maybe sent a swoosh their way.
Yeah, trying to just kind of control the energy here. I think that's what they need to do. Still get in your face, still talk your talk, but need to be careful here. This could be a kickoff goal, but Yellow Dog able to save it.
I was going to say, I also try to save energy by, just giving some loving compliments to my teammates here, sending, just saying that they look super attractive, even only if I see their cars. I can really sense the aura through the game, though. So you'll see me kiss a few of the homies today when I play later on 4:30 keep that game. But anyway, Yellow Dog with another shot on here. Xander looking awkward. Bar down ski for Yellow on his head, getting the lead.
You can see Yellow Dog getting active in the cam, saying, "On your head, bar down."
Ain't that what they do?
ain't that what they do? There we go, Yellow Dog. That's another great goal there. Looks like he's definitely thriving under this this pressure and this environment of land. So good to see at least one member from Straw Hats is going to come out, but hopefully a couple more of their members can get going here pretty soon. There's still half of this game, number 2 left. Straw Hats in a great spot.
Yes, indeed. We see a nice little clear coming out from Jive here. This is going to be an open-ended attempt here. Can he get back to the ground in time? Not quite. Double commit on offense. Xander looking with no boost. Does get a relieving 50 here. Allows them to, kind of regroup here, especially, again, I think all of Untouchaballs has low boost except for Jive. It looks like he just picked up 100. It's a nice little touch out in mid here. Doesn't quite get the momentum that he's wanting. Shaded with the touch. Doesn't quite get what he wants either. Meeting up on the walls, Cosmic and Xander. This is going to go back over to Straw Hats half, though.
Yeah, Jive trying to continue this play here. Gets a touch around Pasky. Finds one more. Shaded's waiting there. Going to take a nice controlled touch, but Yellow Dog handles it well defensively. Pasky going to send this ball into the orange half here. It could just be free for him if he can place it. And he can. Puts it bottom right. Straw Hats go up by 2.
So obviously these guys have started giving lovely compliments to each other because they are seeming to score quite a bit here. A little bit different from game number 1, scoring double what they did last time. So we see a lot more offensive pressure in that respect. So props to them for kind of figuring that stuff out. But one other thing that I think, I have a list now apparently, but defenses are doing a lot better. I know that the scoring is roughly the same here. Cosmic almost going for a flip reset. But defenses are looking a lot more pristine on the side of Straw Hats.
Yeah, no, it looks like they've kind of started to figure out the rotations here. Maybe some energy, nerves game number 1, kind of plaguing their defensive rotations. But before I speak too soon, Jaded almost lets that one in himself, but makes a nice save here. Pasky puts one right in front of the net for Yellow Dog. puts it away, and Straw Hats go up by 3.
Indeed, I think I saw Shaded trying to go for a squishy there, but the ball's in front of your net, dog. Got to save that one first here. I know, I mean, style points, prop to you. But yeah, a little bit more defense on the Untouchables have. I think they just swapped this one here. All Straw Hats needs is one more goal, and they basically reversed it. And you see Yellow Dog getting a shot on. Oh. Unfortunate crossbar dinky bounce here. Pasky going for something here. Doesn't quite get it himself either. Some pretty good shots coming out from Straw Hats here. And I know, like I had said earlier, this offense for Straw Hats is looking very, very good. And Untouchables defense.
I'm just not convinced that that's actually Yellow Dog on the sticks right now. His shooting is looking, like you said, pristine right now. Jive going for an insane passing play. You see the brother-to-brother connection there. A perfect pass from Xander, and Jive slots it away.
They're going to share a brotherly, lovely hug. Or later on. That's too a little inappropriate for this stage. Leave room for Jesus. But anyway, 43 seconds left. Untouchables have a little bit of momentum to come back here. Looking for a little bit of a 2-lead cushion. Here you see Cosmic going off the backboard. Gets a really not so good touch here. Xander with an opportunity. Doesn't quite get it here. Shaded with the slow ball. Cosmic is able to get back with 2 boosts to spare. Jive puts another one center. This one's going to go high. Nobody has any boost other than Pasky. So maybe he can take over here. Cosmic does grab the center boost. Pasky looking a little awkward. Shot behind. Untouchables cut the lead in half.
Oh boy, Untouchables bringing this one back. 1 goal separates these 2 teams now. And this is exactly what Straw Hats needed to do last game to this Untouchables team. Looks like Untouchables trying to bring this back. 23 seconds to go. Can they get the equalizer? We're going to find out. Kickoff going in favor of Straw Hats here. Cosmic with an open net, and he hits it! A dagger in the side of Untouchables, and they bring this one back within 2.
Indeed. So what I will say is a thing that I'm a big believer in is the ball don't lie rule, right? So maybe they didn't get, maybe Untouchables did get that goal to reduce that lead, but Straw Hats immediately firing back. It's just general Rocket League rule. It's like the rule number 2 of Rocket League, I suppose, where ball don't lie. If you score and they score right back on maybe a little dinky goal kickoff type thing, it's not going to be required. But anyway, you see Straw Hats 6 seconds, 2-goal lead here, getting a shot on. 4 seconds, 3, 2. They're just going to try to delay here, get this ball to drop. Shout out New Year's. Straw Hats take game number 2.
Yeah, beautiful play there. Yeah, we added an automatic game thing, Alex. So yeah, there you go. It's 1-1. But no, that was the perfect time for iCosmic to activate and get his first goal of the series. 20 seconds to go. It was a dagger. It was a dagger in the side of Untouchables. So great game there from Straw Hats. Untouchables did keep it close. So I would say that momentum definitely isn't fully in Straw Hats' favor right now. But I mean, it was a great answer back from game number 1.
Yeah, for sure. And obviously we saw 2 very high-scoring games here. Obviously Untouchables scoring 6 the first go-around, and Straw Hats scoring 6, I want to say, the second go-around. So we see a lot of offense back and forth. So hopefully both these teams can kind of figure out their defensive rotations, maybe reduce these scores, and really lock down here, only letting a few goals pass, which, I mean, I'm not complaining. A lot of goals means a lot of really cool shot attempts, but I'd like to see a lot more defense from both teams. So however they need to figure out, however they need to adjust, I would be in favor of that.
Yeah, no, it's like you said, it's been very high scoring, both games now. I think this is the point in the series where we start to see things slow down a little bit. Maybe, like you said, lock down a defense a little bit more. Like I said, I'm predicting that's what's gonna happen here. We'll see if that happens here. But game number 3 gonna get underway here. We've got a great matchup on our hands. This is our first time it's not a 4-0 sweep on land so far. Both teams have a win now. So we'll see who can take this next one.
Yes, indeed. So props to them for making this one super close and interesting nail biter. Shout out to them for the content. But yeah, early game 3 on the way here. I think we're almost hitting a record for the least time scored. But we see an unfortunate miss coming out here from Untouchaballs, preventing another early lead here. Little unfortunate crossbar bounce, but Pasky is going to take this one all the way. He doesn't have any boost to capitalize there. Cosmic does get a 50 with Xander in the corner. Yellow is up. Maybe not the touch that he wants, but that does give away a little bit of pressure here. Xander is back, trying to save this Pasky shot. Is able to. Pasky still on the ball. Doesn't put it quite left enough. Almost a crazy shot from him.
Yeah, I'm liking what I'm seeing, though. There are some cut rotations and stuff like that from Straw Hats, but you're starting to see the chemistry start to come out, especially between Yellow Dog and Pasky. Cosmic might have a shot, but he skies it above the net there. Yellow Dog trying to wrap his car around that one, but not quite do so here. Shaded gets up nice and early. Paskey able to shut it down though. Midfield presence is strong on the side of Straw Hats right now. This ball is spending a lot of time on this orange half. Xander trying to get it out. Finally, the ball goes over into the blue half.
I would say you had mentioned just briefly there that you're seeing a little bit more cut rotations, which you don't want to cut all the time because that would throw your rotations way out of whack here. You see Cosmic getting a flick over one, bump on another Shaded. How did he make that save? Oh my goodness. I love you, Shaded. Oh my, I don't even know if that was it, but Paskey going for a double, doesn't quite get it himself either. Another shot on bottom right, and Shaded still diving, making saves. Holy defense from Untouchaballs. Paskey getting a 50 with Xander with a no boost, and Jive finally relieves this pressure for Untouchaballs.
Yeah, like you said, I'm predicting it right here. The defense is starting to come out. Now we're seeing some more defensive highlights from both these teams. Jive, a shot, can't find contact. It might be a fake, and Xander puts it away. I think it was unintentional, but it works nonetheless. Untouchaballs find themselves in the lead.
Nah, if you know Jive, nothing's unintentional. Jive is awesome. He was just 7'9", 12 seconds ago.
That is true.
More than 12 seconds ago, probably about 5 minutes ago.
12 minutes ago.
12 minutes ago. Numbers are hard. I'm an engineer, but I'm not a good one. Anyway, Jive kickoff over to the right side of the wall here. Yellow Dog. Never mind, that's not Yellow Dog. Cosmic was up in the air, but Yellow Dog waiting for a center pass. This one's going to pop up. Paskey has another attempt here. Opts for the corner touch, goes for the double, does get it, but is cleared away by Xander.
Shaded trying to continue this offensive pressure for Drive. Going to grab that mid boost, go for something here. He has a full tank of boost to work with. Almost finds a great 50, but it's a great save from Paskey. You can see him starting to lock in, especially defensively. That has been his role on the Straw Hats team all season long. He's been that rock on defense. And before, maybe the nerves were affecting him a little bit, but I think he's starting to lock in now, and he is that defensive cornerstone that Straw Hats needs.
Yes, indeed, and I will say they are. I will further emphasize the fact that their defense is getting much better because we don't have 10 goals already in this game.
That is true.
So, props to them for locking that down. Only a 1-goal thing here. But it also isn't as much of a cushion. So as much as you want to be scoring, 28 goals in the first 2 minutes, not quite possible, but, it would be a really good cushion here. As you see Shaded looking a little bit awkward. Yellow Dog is up with no boost, trying to get something to happen here. Doesn't quite get it before Xander can make it. Xander looking for a center touch, gets demoed for his efforts here. Jive waiting on the other side, waiting for Cosmic's touch. Cosmic gets a really good touch off the corner. Xander 50s with Cosmic over to the left side. Untouchaballs again on defense here, going for a demo. Does get it on Shaded. Jive on the backboard looking a little awkward, but Xander is able to make the save. Yeah,
like you said, this series has kind of been reminiscent of what Division B has been like all season long. It's kind of the both extremes. You have teams that are doing really, really well. You have teams that are not doing well. It's very top-heavy, and it's kind of the same way you see it in the series. You have a couple games that are 10, 12, 13 goals, and now Game 3 we're back with almost, we're close to the end of the game here. Only 1 goal so far. So both extremes kind of coming out here in this matchup so far. Game 3, minute and 11 to go here. Paskey going to look for a shot. Can't quite get up, find that double, but Xander's going to carry this ball out now. Can he find one more here? He's going to try and put it on net, but Yellow Dog makes easy work of it.
Indeed, Jive didn't quite get that touch here, but Xander is able to take over with no boost. Puts it up the wall. Let's see if he can cook here. Cooking with 0 fire. Jive is up, puts it off the backboard here. Is it a second man there? Not quite. Jive does make the cut. Props to him for doing that one, trying to get a little awkward touch. Xander looking a little Squidward, something else. Wolves in 5. Cosmic is up, Shaded, gets a nice little pitch at midfield. Yellow Dog makes a really awkward touch here, but Paskey takes it up the wall, looking for something himself here. Reset, double, maybe, but Jive makes the calculated backflip save.
Cosmic unable to make a touch here. Straw Hats need a goal here. Shaded gonna put one on net, and it's an absolute snipe from Shaded. Puts it perfectly top bins, top right, and Untouchaballs increase their lead by 1.
I'm sorry I doubted you, Shaded. Not gonna lie, I thought that was gonna smack off the homie crossbar. I love passing the crossbar. He's always there. He never makes the right touch, though.
That's true.
It never goes in.
Sometimes, if you're Aquatoad,
yes. Aquatoad has a really good relationship with crossbar. I wish I could develop that. Maybe you gotta tell it seductive things in your free play. But Yellow Dog with a calculated fake here with an open net here. 12 seconds left. Straw Hats are gonna need to make something happen here. Cosmic up with a 50. Paskey is gonna get this boost. Try to get something center early on here. Going for the backboard read, but Untouchaballs defense looking super good here. Just maybe one for the road for Straw Hats, but this game will be going to Untouchaballs.
Complete shutout performance there from Untouchable. Defense is perfect from Untouchaballs there, but the shots weren't, very much from Untouchaballs themselves, but the shots that they were taking seemed to be going in here. Shots on the other side of the pitch here, Straw Hats, there was a lot, but 0 goals from it. That's 10 shots and 0 goals, which kind of speaks to the defense of Untouchaballs. So very well defensively played from Untouchaballs. Maybe Straw Hats need to start trying to place their shots a little bit better.
Yeah, for sure. And I will say, you mentioned the shots and whatnot, which you can put a shot on goal, but if a defender gets to it early enough, obviously that shot isn't going to count. So I think that kind of plays into role of how well the defenses are working here. Just getting those saves, not on goal line, able to pressure out early, get those balls away from their net, pause. But yeah, no, I think defenses definitely had a lot more lockdown play style, especially in this game number 3.
Yeah, it's been crazy to see the change, in the play styles of both of these teams as the series has went on. But I kind of expected it because it's a lot of these players' first times being on LAN. As they kind of settle into the more natural play styles that they normally play in, it's gonna be interesting to see how this series progresses. But game number 4 going to be getting underway soon here. Straw Hats, have one game under their belt. They're going to have to try and tie it now with Untouchaballs as we segue over into game number 4.
Indeed, game number 4 underway. We see some early kickoff pressure here coming out from Untouchaballs. Paskey gets demoed for his touch attempt here. Does get it little back over to Untouchaballs. Yellow Dog with an awkward touch around 1. Jive is there to capitalize. Cosmic puts it up. Maybe not the touch that he wanted, but does make Untouchaballs a little bit awkward here. Yellow Dog puts it under. What a shot from him. Faking out that defender. I don't know if it was a fake, but great placement from Yellow Dog.
I'm seeing some talking happening down there. Obviously, every time Yellow Dog scores, it's going to be something, though, but completely low 50s Shaded there. Shaded maybe expecting a high ball there, but Yellow Dog outplays him and puts his first goal in. After a shutout game number 3, that's definitely a good sign. Looks like both these guys are just sending haymakers back and forth. That's a great save, though, from Yellow Dog to kind of keeping his team alive right now. They're going to need that energy to win this series here, and it looks like he's bringing it here in game 4.
Yeah, for sure. I will say we did see a lot of that energy coming out in game number 1, but great shot attempt coming out here from Yellow. Doesn't quite thread the needle, though. But as I was saying, I think we saw a lot of that energy coming out game number 1. They relaxed game 2, started playing a lot more, consistent and defensive on both ends here. What a demo from Yellow Dog. Nobody is there, though. But I feel like we're going to see a lot more energy coming out in this later half of the series because obviously it's going to be a lot more close-knit. And Paskey going for the double doesn't quite get it. I'm trying to explain something, guys. Let me explain it. Stop doing cool stuff.
That was so close to being an amazing goal there from Paskey. Unfortunately, just a little bit too high over that one. Shaded trying to do something of his own here. Yellow Dog with a great touch. Can his teammates save him? He does. Great rotations there from Straw Hats. The ball was dangerously close to their net. Cosmic going to lob one on net, but Xander able to make easy work of that one. Yellow Dog on 0 boost. Going to bang this off the backboard. Paskey trying to make the read. Barely cannot do so. Back pass does come out. Cosmic beats out the defender. Paskey's going to stay on this ball, try and pressure it, but Jive makes a great clear.
Yellow is waiting at midfield. That Cosmic defender goes missing. Goodbye. Jive, goodbye. Demo Yellow Dog is up on the wall. He doesn't have any boost, but the defenders don't know that. What a fake from Shaded. Not from Shaded. By Yellow on Shaded. Cosmic getting a little roller to go out. Tries to get a 50 with Shaded. Doesn't quite get a touch over 1. Yellow with no boost. Does make the save. Hitting it off the crossbar. Is demoed by Shaded. Maybe that's his signal of giving a hug maybe mid-play. But Cosmic is going to get this one to the wall. Low boost. Paskey's going to take over. Boom it back over to Untouchaballs half. Xander tries to get a pinch off the wall. Doesn't quite time that correctly. But Cosmic keeping that pressure for Straw Hats. Jive is back off the corner. Pops it over 1. Doesn't get it over the second, though.
I got to say, I've been pretty impressed with the substitution. That's a great pass. Xander almost finds it, but Cosmic with a great save. I've been impressed with Shaded sub here. They're going up against the number 1 seed of Straw Hats. So you would expect, no matter who you sub in, there to be a little bit of a worse performance, but Shaded is fitting in very well right now. Well enough that they find themselves, in the lead in the series so far. So got to give props to Shaded for filling in their boots, and also to Xander and Jive as well, obviously, because they got to work around this new player on their team. But whatever they're doing, it seems like it's working. Yeah,
for sure. And I will say a little bit of that performance enhancement for Shaded in this lead role position, I think might be coming out from the beef with Yellow Dog. Obviously, they're both sitting as close to each other as they possibly can. I know there's a little bit of history between those two, so they're probably going to end up smooching at some point with their mouths or something. But Cosmic is up, tries to get a touch around, shot on demo, but Xander able to capitalize. tying this game up.
That's just a great team play there. Great 50 there from Shaded. Yellow Dog, unfortunate miss there. That's unfortunately going to be on him. A demo comes out. It's a great capitalization and on a mistake from Straw Hats as Untouchaballs tie this game up. Minute 46 to go. This is a very important game right here, obviously. If Untouchaballs take this game, they will progress to match point. Straw Hats desperately going to need this one here. We'll see if Pasky can get it going. Unfortunately can't. He sends it a little bit too far wide. Yellow Dog going to go up for this chow. Ball's going to go up high above the net here, out of the danger zone, but Pasky can't quite find the touch, and there's another miss from Cosmic. It's going to allow Untouchaballs to set up a play here. Pinch almost comes out, but unfortunately, nothing going to come from it.
Indeed, shot on coming out from Untouchaballs, wasn't quite able to get it before Shaded has to defend that boom ball back. Cosmic is up. Can he beat Jive out? Doesn't quite get the double, though. Had the opportunity there. Jive is going to play this touch. Pasky awkward up above. Xander trying to get a little lob shot. Doesn't quite get it here. Cosmic with boost. I think he only has to work around one defender. Never mind, I lied. Don't get any information from me. But Yellow with no boost gets a touch around one. Jive looking a little bit awkward. Yellow opts for the wall. Does get it out center. Is anybody there? Cosmic gets a nice 50. Is that going to go? It is! Great dunk from Cosmic, giving them the lead just over 45 seconds.
Dare I say, a Dookie makes its appearance here in Season 6 on land. The captain strikes when it matters most here and puts his team up by 1 with 47 seconds to go, but that's still a lot of time. This is where you need to start locking down if you're Straw Hats. There's still a lot of game left. Xander going to try and find a quick answer here. Shaded might have a shot, but a good challenge from Passy. Able to put that out of the way. Jive with a great shot. It's going to be dangerous, and it's a quick answer from Untouchaballs as they tie it back up.
I'm going to say it took Untouchaballs a while to score their first one, but quick response with the second in desperate times. 37 seconds left, still a lot of Rocket League to go, but you're getting close to crunch time. So at least they'll send it to an overtime if Straw Hats can't score again, obviously, because that's how Rocket League works. But Cosmic taking this one up the wall with 20 boost. I don't know how he got that. I swear he was just at 0 a second ago. Tries to go for the musty, but is denied by Jive.
Xander now going to try and go for a chance here, but deleted off the pitch from Yellow Dog as Yellow Dog pops it up high. It's going to be hard for Shaded to handle. That's a great first touch, but fortunately runs out of boost. That's almost a pass to the other team from Yellow Dog, but the pressure is still on. Untouchaballs looking like the favorites to win this game. Can they get one? But that's a great pass midfield from Cosmic, but Pasky not able to get up to that ball, and now Untouchaballs have one chance of their own here. Jive almost has a shot on, but it's going to be denied by Cosmic as the clock hits 0. And we're going to have an OT here in Game 4.
Yeah, reciprocating numbers here, 2-0-0-2. I know it's overtime, so that's how it's going to work every single time. But Cosmic is going to be up early here. Doesn't quite get the touch he was looking for, maybe going for a pinch here. Yellow Dog is up. Does he go for the double center?
Oh!
He does. What a touch from him. But Cosmic isn't able to get the boost to get that touch here. Pasky with a little bit of boost to spare. Gets a shot on attempt. Almost an own goal from Xander. How dare he put that one that close. Jive up, gets a touch around Yellow Dog.
Yeah, ball goes to Pasky. It's not the best first touch, though, and also gets demoed for his efforts here. Cosmic, solo play opportunity here. He's going to go for a clip. No flip reset opportunity, but it still could be dangerous here. Yellow Dog with a great challenge here. Pasky's going to go up for this one, trying to find a beat. Goes in his favor here. Jive with a hard read, but nobody from Straw Hats goes. Cosmic a little bit too late on that one. Yellow Dog puts his midfield. Might be a free shot for Xander, but no boost in the tank allows Pasky to reconvene here.
Yes, indeed, 17 boost, trying to get some offensive pressure. Xander meets him up in the air, does get the touch around one, doesn't quite get the flip reset around Yellow. Jive looking a little bit awkward. Shaded's the last man. This is going to be an open net. Does Yellow have the boost? He does. He cuts it, puts it in. Minute 4 seals the deal for Straw Hats in Game 4.
There we go. Who else other than Yellow Dog to put that one away? A much-needed game win from Straw Hats there as they tie the series now 2-2. Preventing that match point. Now this next one's going to be absolutely huge for the momentum, but both of these teams throwing absolute haymakers back and forth right now.
Yes, indeed. We're looking at these stat lines. Yellow, 741, 2 goals, 1 assist, 5 saves, 2 shots. Holy aura, Yellow Dog. My goodness. Second man carrying this team in game number 4. Have my children, please, man. Anyway. Right. We're going to get some of these replays going here. But, yeah, just great offense and great defense from both teams. A little bit more scoring from that first game, but I feel like that's just capitalization on those offensive pressures, making sure that they're getting around that defense, again, capitalizing on those plays.
Yeah, no. Also, I just want to note the demos seem to be kind of broken on our overlay right now. If you weren't aware, Yellow Dog definitely did not get 48 demos in the game.
No, he did.
So unless I'm missing something here, but
no, I saw it myself.
So just so everybody knows there, but no statement win there from Straw Hats, and yeah, you and I predicted it. The series has been a heater so far.
Yeah, indeed. And I don't really think I gave a clear justification on how many games. I think I said I expect at least 5, but I should have said I wouldn't be surprised if it goes 7.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if it goes all the way. I was a bit skeptical after that first one because I thought these goals were going to go crazy. But, I feel like this if it's going to keep going at this pace, we're going to see a Game 7 and a good one at that.
Yeah, it's about time because those first 2 series of the day were a little bit slow, very dominant performance from one team. This is more what I like to see, especially on land. But game number 5 getting underway here. A statement game. Whoever wins this one will progress to match point. So we'll see who can do just that.
Yes, indeed. A little bit awkward on offense here coming out from Straw Hats. Paschke does get the touch over one, uses all of his boost to do so, though. Cosmic tactical fake rolling over to his end. Yellow Dog is able to grab the boost and take over. Will he get something here? Does get 1, does get 2, does get around both the defenders, but Paschke isn't quite able to get through that bump attempt. Is able to get back up for this one, though. Fakes the high ball. Can he get a shot on Paschke off the backboard? Cosmic isn't quite able to read it, though.
That's a great defensive play there. You can see the desperation on offense. Paschke going for a bump here as well. Finds it! An own goal almost comes out from Xander. But I think we're going to maybe need a little bit of a timeout here. Looks like we are having some technical difficulties down on the pitch, so we'll have to get a pause game, figure out what's exactly going on. But nonetheless, this might be a little bit of ice in the series so far. But we'll see exactly what happens. Yeah, we got to get back. We got to get back in frame here. But
I'm like moving everywhere.
but no, it's been a really fun series so far. But it's been delivering. Do you think it's going to Game 7? Do you think we're going to see that, or do you think we're going to see 2 back-to-back?
Yes.
Yeah, is that it?
Mm-hmm.
I think we're seeing a Game 7. It's been a pattern, back and forth. And so I think we're going to see Untouchable. I'm predicting Untouchaballs wins this one. Straw Hats win Game 6. And then I know I said Untouchables at the beginning, but I think Straw Hats are going to take it in Game 7.
You do think Straw Hats are going to take it in 7?
I think so. I think so.
No, I feel like that chemistry is definitely going to come in on those later games. Because I know, obviously, I've been in my fair share of Game 5s and or Game 7s, and I will say the game level stress levels are through the roof. So having that extra chemistry, able to communicate with your teammates that you've been with for the whole semester, is going to be far surpassing skill-wise than somebody who is unfortunately throwing in. But I know I mentioned it earlier. These guys are on the winner side of the bracket, so they will have that second chance. Unfortunately, they will have to go through my team, probably.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Unfortunately.
I mean, I wouldn't want to go against your team either, but it's gonna be fun to see what happens here. I do see the captain of this Untouchables team in the chat, so he's supporting from afar. He'll be here tomorrow. So no matter what, like you said, both of these teams, have both their lives left in their playoff runs. So we will be seeing, no matter what, we will be seeing the actual Untouchables team tomorrow. But nonetheless, I mean, with Shaded even, I mean, they've been playing fantastic so far.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I will say, I believe Shaded was a second man, correct?
He was, yeah.
He was, yes. But he is subbing in for that first man role. And he is, like you had said, he's doing very well at that. I know he's a little bit more of a mechanical player, able to kind of make plays and whatnot. So I know you had described that to me when I tried to convince you by sliding you a 50, but, someone didn't want to budge. But, no, he's doing very, very well fitting in and obviously being very, very close, if not benefiting this Untouchaballs with their playmaking ability. Because with playmaking, you have the brothers Xander and Jive both able to, kind of communicate, capitalize on those making of plays, and, obviously do very well in this series so far.
Indeed, but it looks like we are back in business. Never mind, we are not back in business.
You silly gooses.
Yeah, I think Xander's having some problems on his computer right now. Not too sure what's exactly going on, but nonetheless, we're gonna be figuring it out behind the scenes. But I'd be interested to see what the chat kind of thought about the predictions and stuff. I have a feeling a lot of people, if they knew that Aquamaniac wasn't going to be there, they're gonna. I feel like they thought Straw Hats would be dominant, maybe 4-0. But like we said, Shaded's been doing a great job.
Yeah, no, I think chat's just talking about me because I'm me, and I'm on the screen right now, so that's probably what's going on. But regardless, no, I think I would completely agree. I think if they had known that Aqua wasn't going to be here day one, their views of this series might have changed. But it looks like so far it wasn't really justified because, again, Untouchaballs are doing very, very well, especially, I mean, obviously, it's a different story if you're, your second or third man is subbed in, but your captain, who is, the best on the team, being subbed in during LAN. Thank God they have 2 lives, so they can kind of work around that area, but still, it's your captain. You're expected not to perform as well, but going to show they're putting up with the 1 seed, so.
No, they really are. And for a lot of the seasons, Untouchaballs was the 1 seed. I believe so, right?
Yep.
So, like we said, Straw Hats were able to kind of bring it back in the later half of their season. Did they both have the same record,
7-2, yep.
Both were 7-2, so it was just the game differential that kind of separated these 2 teams.
Yeah,
so
winning percentage.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun to see, but
They're just gonna do a test real quick.
okay. So yeah, they're testing it out. They're just kind of, like I said, trying to figure out what's been going on. But yeah, we're gonna try and get back into it. We are like a little bit behind schedule right now, but we'll see exactly what happens. I gotta ask you, is there a team down here right now that you'd rather face in your matchup if you win later tonight?
I don't know. I feel like it'd be really fun to play Straw Hats simply because I want to see Yellow's reaction when I demo him 18 times. But it would also be really fun to kind of put up with Untouchaballs. Because we did lose to them in regular season. I think it was a close one. So I feel like a good rematch against them would be really cool, especially since, Jive's a homie. I mean, really everybody on both of these teams are homies. So, I mean, I really, it could go either way. But if we're going pure statistical, I would want to face the number 2 seed because they're not as good.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much that separates these 2 teams, though,
No.
especially when they're at full strength.
No.
And kind of, I guess, unfortunately, you're going to be getting the version of them that already kind of gets past that land nerf and stuff like that. So it'll be interesting to see. But it looks like we're maybe back to business here. I guess we're kind of paying attention, seeing if it's good to go. But Game 5 back underway here between Straw Hats and Untouchaballs.
Yippee! I love Rocket League sometimes when I'm winning. But anyway, Yellow Dog is up here. Jive is going to get a shot on Cosmic with almost a double attempt here. Pasky, I got to get relearning of words here. Yellow Dog with a shot on. This one's going to be it. Shaded, looking a little awkward off the crossbar. Unable to make that save. Straw Hats gets the lead.
That's what you like to see. If Straw Hats can break this pattern of back-to-back, this pattern of games, I think they got a good chance of taking this series. If they can win this game and progress to match point first, win those 2 back-to-back games, I think the momentum's going to be too strong to overcome. So if Straw Hats can get it done here, it'll be absolutely huge. Luckily for Straw Hats, I think that kind of slows down the momentum that Untouchaballs might have been carrying in to this game after that tech pause, whatever you want to have it called. But nonetheless, Straw Hats off to a great start here. That pinch might go all the way into that orange net, but barely off the mark. But it's going to be a redirect, and Pasky gets it done, and Straw Hats up by 2.
Untouchaballs, that doesn't mean don't touch the ball. Xander, how dare you miss that? Unfortunately, Shaded, that's not Shaded, that was Pasky, was just in a really good spot. They're able to capitalize on that tactical fake. Unfortunately, you don't want to be tactical faking on your goal line when you're trying to save the ball here. But Xander gets a nice little read, almost puts that one on, but Yellow Dog is there to put that one away. Pasky, pass out to Jive. That's not your teammate, dog. Who is that? Shaded up on the wall with no boost. Jive tries to get a tactical 50, but they both fake. Calculated, faking out both teams here. Xander gets a touch to the corner here. Tries to get another one center. Does get it. Goes for the bump on Cosmic, but Cosmic meets the ball early.
Jive going to try and settle this ball. It's perfect in that dominance. Gets another flick around 1. Potential to do something here, but Cosmic with a nice early challenge. Times that one perfectly. A little bit of a double fake there, Shady. Going to go up for this one. Xander looking for a redirect. Can't quite find it. Jive going to continue pressure on here on the back wall. Yellow Dog. Great back wall presence from him, though. He's going to get a big booming clear across. Pasky's going to go up for this one. Not able to find a read. Cosmic shot opportunity. A little bit too far right here. And Untouchable is going to go for a counterattack. Can Jive get back? Oh, he can't. I think if Jive just held power slide there, he might have been able to carry momentum, but unfortunately can't. And Straw Hats up by 3.
I was say, or he might have been able to save that if he was back in the goal.
But that's true.
Valid point.
That is very true.
You might not know me, but I know ball.
You do know ball.
That was off the dome too. That was bars. The bars. Put me on an album. Dcrl, breakout album. I don't know.
All right.
Dr. Pepper sponsors. Anyway, Shaded is up, gets a touch center. The Cosmic denies that one, getting more offensive pressure to Straw Hats.
Yeah, no, Straw Hats with potential to go to match point here. Like I said, it's been a pattern so far, and they are looking like they're gauged to do this right here, right now. Minute 30 to go.
Holy.
Shaded going for something here, but unfortunately can't get anything. Yellow Dog unfortunately can't find contact. Jive puts it off the sidewall. Shaded trying to find a read, but Paskey is there earlier. That's not going to be the best touch from Xander. Jive able to get a touch. Ball's going to pop up here. iCosmic with an awkward ball. He's going to send us across the field. Shaded an early challenge. Restricts contact to that one. Xander with a shot, but Cosmic starting to kind of cut rotations a little bit. Hopefully it doesn't end in a goal here.
Indeed, Shaded just prematurely jumping on that one, reads it a little bit too quick, expecting that one to fall down a little bit fast. But Xander is over here, gets demoed for his efforts. Yellow tactical fake. Paskey up on the wall. Jive gets it back over to Straw Hats half. Yellow is playing great positioning off the wall. Gets a nice clear around one. Another misread on Untouchaballs. Shaded is going to wait for this one. This is going to be open at attempt, and he gets the touch. Cosmic, unfortunate misread off the backboard.
Yeah, I think he had some maybe low boost. He had a little bit of boost to work with, but unfortunately just a little bit late to that one. And this definitely just got back within realm of possibility for Untouchaballs. We've seen crazier things, so 38 seconds to go. Untouchaballs going to need a couple goals here, back to back here. Straw Hats need to hang on. Can they do it? Yellow Dog, low boost. Going to try and find a touch. The presence is great there. Great positioning. Xander almost own goals, and Cosmic capitalizes and regains that 3-goal lead.
Buddy, you cannot do without the touch there, man. You cannot center the ball for the opponent, man.
Oh, brother.
That's another ball don't lie moment here. 3-goal cushion for Straw Hats, 4-1, 30 seconds left. Untouchaballs need to make something happen right now. I can roll my R's. Let me go, but nice little shot coming out from Straw Hats. Like, yeah, Untouchaballs need to make something happen right now, but it might just be too late.
17 seconds. Yellow Dog going to try and maintain pressure here. Xander with a decent pinch, but it's right to Cosmic, who gets a great first touch here. Going to go for another one. Maybe a double attempt here. Finds contact, but Shaded able to cut it off. 3-goal deficit, 5 seconds to go. Straw Hats going to break this pattern and progress now to match point. A very dominant performance here in game number 5.
Was that match point for them?
It just changed automatically. No, it progresses to match point.
Yeah.
So now it's on match point.
Yeah. I thought they were down one for some reason. I don't know. Maybe I'm on Dr. Pepper. I've been slow sipping that.
On Dr. Pepper.
Somebody injected it with something, but I will say a lot more even stat line coming out from Straw Hats. Thank God the Untouchaballs guy. Oh, hello, we're here. What's going on?
Oh, but that's a good replay.
Shout out the Untouchaballs guy. I didn't get a glance at who that was, but he almost Tony Snell. Didn't. He had one save.
I wasn't paying attention.
I also wasn't paying attention. It was the last one. Whatever the last one. Shot. He had one shot.
Wait, I did hear Yellow Dog yell something, so maybe it was like close to a Tony Snell or something.
It was. He was one shot off of Tony Snell. That's all he had. So 80 points. I may have been Jive. So Jive, I expect more out of you, especially since you're wearing the coat. So you're looking a lot more proper. But yeah, Untouchaballs, life on the line here, kind of. Yeah. I should say lower bracket life on the line.
Yeah, I think there is a timeout right now, but I think our new replay system here might be like overlaying it here. So we are in a timeout, so unfortunately we're not going to get the screen, but that's okay. We can sit here and talk. But so I talked about before this game started about how just important. Yeah, we get.
Whoa!
It's us on the replay, yo. But no, we talked about how breaking that pattern was going to be huge for the series. I don't know. Straw Hats have all the momentum in their favor now. Can they close it out?
Yeah, for sure. And I will say, I was going to preface this earlier, but they kept doing cool stuff. Both teams have a timeout because those are in effect all throughout playoffs with the best of 7. So although that Straw Hats might have this momentum, I think a timeout here is obviously perfectly executed because you don't know if you're going to win this next game and might as well ice them when they win back-to-back because we haven't seen, hey, there we are again. I don't know why I keep pointing that out, but no, if a team wins back-to-back, especially after going back and forth for the first 4 games or whatever it was, that's definitely going to be something. And we have the timeout screen. Look at all those cutie pies. Look at all those cutie pies together. They're gonna start having a bro talking. But regardless, I think that's definitely it. Oh, we're in the game now.
Yeah, we're good. This is it. We're in game 6, ladies and gentlemen.
This is another replay.
Straw Hats on match point now. Untouchaballs need to have an answer back here. They're going to need to win 2 back-to-back to take this series. Straw Hats a singular game away from punching their ticket to the grand finals now. This is going to be absolutely cinema, to say the least. So we'll see if they can get it done here. Yeah, Paskey unfortunately can't find the goal.
Oh no! Unfortunate touch coming out from that defender. Who was it? Who's the culprit? Oh my god, is that Xander? Not Xander, buddy. Flip the other way. Not forward, flip to the outside of the goal, man. Come on now. That's an unfortunate touch from him though.
Yeah, not especially on match or
shout
on
out
game
to RSDFS
on match point. Yeah, so shout out to RSDFS. The Remzik Glazer himself is here in chat, ready for Remzik in the next series. So
yes,
we'll see that. But we're still in this one. 4 minutes left to go. Straw Hats in the lead. See if Yellow Dog can get anything going here. Pops it midfield. That might be a good pass. Cosmic's going to go up for this one. Can he get a good shot? Oh! It's a line! An absolute laser from iCosmic.
Obviously, he took some notes from his date with Cardboard K-Tool. Maybe whispered a few little secrets when they went back to his place. But obviously, great shot coming from him, putting up that 2-goal cushion. And I will say, obviously, Untouchaballs' life on the line. But Jive is coming off of, I just remember this, Jive is coming off of a Div C championship from the losers bracket. So he has experience doing that reverse sweep, but what a save coming up from Straw Hats. That is exactly what you don't want to see if you're an Untouchaballs fan.
Yeah, I talked about it, I think, in like Game 3, Game 4, but Paskey is the rock on this team. And so now that he and now that he's been, performing like he normally does online, those nerves away, this Straw Hats team defensively has been looking way better. It allows Yellow Dog and Cosmic to combine for those offensive plays like that we just saw. So Straw Hats looking like their true form right now. Can they get another one? Is that an own goal? I can't tell, but it doesn't matter. The double commit works from Straw Hats, and they're in the lead by 3.
I think that was a goal of all time. I don't think
it was
either. Yeah, I mean, they almost missed it. You almost missed it, Cosmic. I know you saw me pointing at you there, but almost missed it. But was able to get enough finesse of a touch here to put them up 3, which you like to see this if you're a Straw Hats fan. A 3-goal cushion, can't complain.
Did you just invent the word? Finessive?
Finessive? Put me on, dude.
That must be a new word. That's got to be...
Off the dome, that is bars. What a flick coming out from Xander, though.
Yeah, that's a good play there, Jive. Trying to get a touch here. Shaded a little bit awkward. You see some of that lack of chemistry right there coming up from this Untouchaballs team. Unfortunate play there. Xander able to reconvene, but denied by Yellow Dog. A big demo. Going to try and deny some of this pressure. Cosmic gets a great 50. Trying to find another one. Yellow Dog, great positioning on the backboard there. And now Paskey going to try and get going here. Jive trying to get a beat. Can't quite do so. You can see the desperation coming from Untouchaballs. Down by 3. Match point. They need to pull all the tricks out of the bag.
Yeah, indeed. Throw everything in the house. 2.5 minutes left. Shaded. Nice flick around that defender here. 2.5 minutes left. This is exactly what they needed. You were just talking about it.
Yeah, that's a good play there. I think Paskey was trying to dodge that bump from Jive. Although he doesn't even get contact, just him going for it is enough. And Untouchaballs bring it back within 2. We are only halfway through this game. They have all the cards in their hands here. They have what it takes here. Let's see if Shaded can do anything with this ball. Pops it up. Opts to just leave it. A little bit of an awkward play there from Untouchable. Like Cosmic going to go for a bump. A bump does come out on Paskey as well. I think if Untouchaballs can start to find bumps on Paskey, I think the defense is going to fall apart for the Straw Hat team.
I think Jive had that shot there, but just ran out of boost barely. Was able to get around here, and Xander off the crossbar. Unfortunate placement from him. Another shot on Cosmic. Woo! Is able to get the boost to make the save. 2 minutes left here. Coming out of crunch time. Untouchaballs putting up some unrelenting offense, just not quite able to get anything to fall here. Oh my god, I have to burp so bad. Xander is going to not do anything with this here. Cosmic gets a center ball. Paskey looking a little bit awkward here. This is going to be a shot attempt from Shaded. Is this one on? But Yellow Dog is back. Didn't even see him. Cameras were not flipping here, but Cosmic gets a great touch center. Not quite as much as I was expecting. Xander up, going for a double here, but denied by Paskey.
Again, Paskey strikes again defensively. He's the key on this team, but that's an absolute snipe from Shaded as he gets his 2nd goal of the game.
Exactly. I think you were talking about Paskey a little bit too much there. He got a little bit nervous. Missed that. Just ran out of boost off the wall there. Yellow Dog looking a little bit awkward. Rotate back post, homie. You'll save that one next time. But a minute 30 left. Untouchaballs getting a lot of momentum here, putting 2 goals back-to-back unanswered. I suppose you could say that they re-answered Straw Hat's 3 goals that were unanswered, but Paskey gets a nice 50 round 1, 50 around 2, getting into the corner here. Shaded opts for the boost, goes up, gets a touch around him. Cosmic does get the grab though, grabs the boost, gets a 50. Can he get another one?
Yeah.
He does. Cooks off the ceiling, putting up some offensive pressure.
Yeah, trying to see some awkward rotations there. It's going to allow Shaded to put this ball into this blue side here. You can see the play starting to form. Defense almost falls apart here. That's a great touch, though, from Shaded. Puts it midfield. But no one going to be able to touch that one as iCosmic gets an opportunity of his own here. Can Yellow Dog put it away? And he can, as he puts his team up by 2 once again.
I was going to say that was textbook Straw Hats play. Cosmic and Paskey both very, very mechanical offensive playmakers, and Yellow Dog just there to clean up all the messes, which is why he is the leading scorer. Some might say he's cherry picking. I just think he's playing smart, because that's pretty much what I do anyway. So props to him for being in great positioning there, being a little cleanup crew for the mess that his both teammates kind of created. I think there was just Cosmic, but still, great offensive play from them here. Xander looking for a shot, does get it. Quick answer to that one, though.
Yeah, that's a beautiful shot there. Catching, again, a lot of what Untouchaballs does is capitalize on mistakes well. They're not going to get a lot of crazy solo plays, a lot of big beats, mechanical plays, but what they are going to do is play very consistent and beat you when you make mistakes, and that is exactly what Untouchaballs do. You see a defensive mistake come out from Straw Hats there, as this game is back within 1 here. iCosmic going to try and change that here!
Oh!
Double barely off the mark. Could have been the dagger in this series, but we're going to stay alive.
Yes, indeed. I will say you had just mentioned it, that these guys both capitalize super, super well off of other teams' mistakes. And I think that's been the story of Division B, just whoever capitalizes the best. As you see, Straw Hats getting some offensive pressure. Paskey is going to go up, tries to get around 1. He does. It's going to go top. Drive is back with boost, though. Xander clears it away. 7 seconds left. Untouchaballs are going to make something happen now, but Yellow is bumped. That one drops. It's going to stay on Untouchaballs' half. Life on the line. And Cosmic gets the bump. Straw Hats steal the deal in game number 6.
There we see it. Straw Hats, they break the pattern and get it done here in game 6. They are going to be progressing now to grand finals. It's going to be awesome to see that. Straw Hats do come through, though. Untouchaballs, they played fantastic, considering they have a sub.